We were all trapped in a brutal death march. The rules were simple. If anyone stopped walking and still couldn't get back on their feet after 3 warnings, they would be executed on the spot. The strangest part was that this competition had no finish line. The last person left alive would walk away with $2 million. At first, none of us knew how deadly the game really was. We all believed we could win the money and change our lives. Then, one boy was suddenly hit with a sharp pain in his leg. Even after 3 warnings, he still couldn't stand up. A second later, he was shot dead right in front of us. Watching it happen terrified me, while Carl forced himself to stay calm. By then, we had already walked 50 miles, and most of us were completely exhausted. One contestant tried to run away, but the soldiers shot him dead before he got far. When night fell, a torrential rain soaked the road, making every step even more dangerous. All we could do was grit our teeth and keep moving, somehow making it through another day. Not long after, John came down with a terrible stomachache after spending hours in the rain. The rules gave him only 8 seconds to relieve himself. Stopping for any longer meant getting a warning, so he had to race against the clock while the rest of us were forced to put up with the horrible smell that followed. As the days passed, things only got worse. By the 5th day, only 6 of us were still alive out of the hundreds who had started the race. When we entered a city, I spotted my mother in the crowd. I completely lost control and tried to run to her, but John grabbed me and refused to let go. Stepping off the course meant certain death. Not long afterward, John started having constant nosebleeds. Days of non-stop torture had already destroyed his body from the inside. He knew he wasn't going to survive until the end, so he took off the necklace he had always worn and handed it to his friend. Then he deliberately stopped walking, choosing death over any more suffering. The march continued. By the time we reached mile 326, only 3 of us were still alive. The major kept mocking us with cruel words while the crowd cheered louder and louder. Then Bright suddenly started coughing up blood. He could feel it filling his lungs and knew he had reached the end of his life. He said goodbye to me one last time, stopped walking, and was executed on the spot. Now only Carl and I were left. The entire crowd held its breath as the tension became unbearable. Little by little, I pulled ahead of Carl. He finally ran out of strength and chose to end the race himself. I became the last person left alive. Silence fell over the entire course as the major officially declared me the winner. I not only won the $2 million prize, but also earned the right to have one wish granted.